and that's your outlook on life. One is pessimistic at the worst. The other is optimism, and maybe at its worst. There's nothing worse than, I have Jupiter powerful in my chart. It's in Pisces, you know what I mean? I'm a Sagittarian, I got Sag rising. It's a real powerful chart with Jupiter on a cross and a grand trine in my chart, both. So every aspect in that chart's hitting that Jupiter in Pisces. And Jupiter is called in Pisces, has a different meaning than Jupiter in Sagittarius. Did I ever teach you that? Jupiter had two rulerships in the old days, and one was Pisces, one was what? Was Sag.
Really?
Yeah, just like Mars ruled Scorpio and Aries.
And Aries, right.
And so Mercury ruled Virgo and rules Virgo, and it rules what? There's dual signs there. But the whole point I'm getting at is that what was the point I was getting at?
We're talking about Pisces.
Pisces, yeah. Jupiter in Pisces was called Tonans in the old days. We're back to Ellen McCaffrey. She's one of the best of all.
Okay.
And that book, I think, talks about this, that Ellen McCaffrey's book. The other one is Tonans, is Jupiter in Pisces. And Jupiter in Pisces was called the sender of rain. Okay, Jupiter in Sagittarius was the hurler of the thunderbolt.
Oh.
See the difference?
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So, you know, when I was going through this period in prison, remember I told you I didn't eat, sleep, didn't need food, and didn't sleep. My body, part of me had woke up in frontal lobe, and I began to realize what it was. The only thing I did is drank tea and honey. That's the only thing I had. I didn't need food. But I would lay awake all night, but I wasn't restless. Next morning I'd be rested. I noticed my body wasn't tossing and turning, I didn't insomnia. But during that time, it was January in Jackson, Michigan. It's usually snowing in Jackson, Michigan at that time of year, January. But I went out and it was pouring rain. And something prompted me to say, Lord, as a witness to me, cause this rain to cease. It stops instantly. I don't mean just trickles and stops. It's shoom. And doesn't just stop, it turns to the densest fog you've ever seen. I hear a high-pitched noise in my ear, like a high-frequency sound also during the time it happens. So the next day, I went in and told Larry. Remember Larry, the guy that had
Yeah.
that's why Larry was so angry at me, because I was going through these changes.
Okay.
And I came back, Larry, you're not going to believe this, but I went out and look at my jacket, it's wet. I said, I went out and asked the Lord to stop the rain, and stop. He thought I was losing it, you know?
Yeah.
So the next day, I go out and it's raining again. I say, Lord, as additional witness to me, cause this rain to cease. Bam, it stops. Instant fog, instant. It was amazing, that high-pitched sound I hear again. So now,
Were all the prisoners like freaked out by you? Were they afraid of you? Were they like
a little bit? Some of them, yeah. Some of them were, you know. Some of them called me flaky, which I thought was a neat thing. I like flakes. Snowflakes.
Yeah.
You know, little structures, crystal. Right. I said, call me flaky. I like that. But the whole point was, and some of them, I remember in different prisons, it was like people would walk by and say, Ron, I walked by and I saw you. Somehow I see you with a pointed hat, like one of them, those wizard sitting in your cell. And that happened to me in different prisons. So I thought, wow, they're really picking something up, right? And so
they would walk by and see it.
See me in my cell, yeah, and they would come and say something like that to me, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's like there was something going on. But anyway, so the next day I go out again and it's pouring rain again, and I said, Lord, as additional witness to me, cause this rain to cease for 24 hours. I actually made a stipulation, not that it just stopped, that it stops for 24 hours.
It just stopped for 24 hours.
And I told you I wasn't sleeping at night. I just laid in my cell and I could see out the window. There was a cell, the back of my cell is bars. Then there's a window and there's bars on it, and there's a wall there, and outside you can see. And it didn't rain all night. I went out exactly the next day, same time, it starts raining again. 24 hours. Like it was clockwork. Now, so remember I told you Jupiter in Pisces is the center of rain?
Yeah.
But I didn't know that at that time. You see what I mean? I uncovered this later.
Yeah.
I said, wow, you know, maybe we all have gifts but we don't know. You know, like the Indians used to do rain dances, you know?
Right.
Maybe they knew something we don't, right?
Yeah.
So I share that with you to say that the deeper implications of all these planets is so profound that I can't relay all of it to you. I can give you tips and things, but you have the mind for this, okay? You have a great mind for astrology. You have a gift for it. I wouldn't encourage you. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't even probably take you as a student if I didn't think you could grasp all of it. And I wouldn't give you all the depths of it. But what I see in you is a capacity to become really powerful with this. Not just as a teacher, but you need to get more into the readings. That's what's going to really springboard you forward, okay? It's sort of like...
Yes, no, I know. That's exactly it. And I love to teach it, and I would like to lecture at one point. I really would. I would love it.
You will. You will.
But I need the information from the chart interpretations in order for me to lecture at that level.
Right. Plus, it'll give you more credibility when you're doing readings for people, and your reputation will grow. I mean, I never really advertised. I have a website as of the last few months. I've had a website, but all my clients have been word of mouth. People refer me and come to me, and one person comes and they tell others, and the next thing you know, they're coming too. So, I mean, I've done whole families. They keep coming.
Right.
The bottom line is though that the interpretive work. It's sort of like I have a good dear friend. I love him dearly. I've known him for almost 45 years. And he came by the other day. I tried to help him out. But he teaches how to be prosperous and how to be successful, and he lectures all over. He's made a lot of money over the years lecturing to groups on prosperity and all these good things. And he's going through the worst time of his life financially. A bit of problem there, you know what I mean? This is the guru that's teaching others how to make money and get rich and have a great life. And so there's a little bit of hypocrisy in that, because here he's trying his best to be a, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, how do you reconcile these things, right? But I don't judge it. I think that he's got some lessons that he's got to learn in his life, and I counsel him. I called him a couple times. I love him. And his wife and him have been together for years, and I've known him for many, many, many years. But the thing is that I called him and I said, "How old are you?" He said, "Oh, I'm 64." I don't use his name. I don't want to do that. But I said, "He's 64." I said, "My gosh, my man, you should be getting Social Security now. You could get early Social Security. You could be paying off your mortgage. You can't pay now. You can get money. You should be getting money from it." And right now everybody's hiring. This is Christmas. You could go. UPS is looking for people right now. For 2 months, you could work in packages and stuff at the UPS.
It's season. You can,
Yeah, and I said your wife could go to work at Macy's probably tomorrow, because they need people in the holidays. I said, get off your, but see, he's so dedicated to his thing. I'm going to be out there lecturing and promoting and motivating and educating people, and I'm going to do this and that, because he doesn't want to let go of this ego need. He's a Leo, strong ego need.
Right.
I'm not going to let go. Stubborn Leos, they're going to fix signs. And I'm saying to him, this is a time you got to be a little humble, get off your butt and go out and do something else, But I'm constantly, astrologically and otherwise, I try to counsel people. I try to give them the best I got. And you have to look at a counseling as that's what it is. It's not just reading a chart. To me, that's not a good astrologer. It's counseling people. And when you can do that, you're going to be helping people's lives change in their positive direction. Now, I use, of course, a lot of the Christian teachings, because I've seen the messages in there. I've seen the symbols and the truths that are hidden in all this. Profound truths that are in the Bible. And it's maybe not your forte, but you still need to counsel people. What do I mean by counsel? You got to give them hope. You got to show them a way out. You got to give them. They may not take your advice. No. But you got to give it. Okay.
But you have to give them. You have to guide them. And I always feel too that when I talk to people,
can you turn the air conditioner back
that
on?
I always leave it. I try.